Okay. Namaste, everyone. Today, the topic is going to be Yoga in Principal Upanishads. Okay. We have this 10 main Upanishads. So, today we'll come Yoga in Principal Upanishads. Right. So, in that, before going into Yoga and Principles, since we are all yoga teachers, we need to know the concept in yoga, which is given in Upanishads. We need not go in detail, but still we should know the term. As we said that word yoga, how ancient it is, we discussed 2 days back that it has appeared in Rig Veda itself. First time it has appeared in Rig Veda. So in that we can judge how ancient it is, the word yoga. So now we want to learn the concept of yoga as per the 10 principal Upanishads. Now, which are the 10 principal Upanishads? We can see from the screen here. Aitariya, okay, Katha, Taitariya, Isha Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Kena, Chandogya Upanishad, and then Prashna, Mundaka, and Mandukya. Right? Okay, so these are the 10 principal Upanishads. See, I have not written them in order just for the purpose that you should be able to know that Veda, that Upanishad, it's attached to which Veda. Okay, so that is why it has been arranged. So we all know 4 Vedas and 108 Upanishads. Out of them, 10 are principal Upanishads, of which we are going to study now. And Upanishad, see, we can also see end of the Vedas. What is the end of the Vedas called? Vedanta. Okay, Veda के अंत. तो उसको हम Upanishads, Vedanta, ये सब we can call them. Okay, so so we are calling them Upanishads. Okay, now the first one which we'll be learning is, Acha, first, meaning of yoga. Now all of you are quite comfortable. Okay, yoga is derived from the word yunja, which means to join, right? So this we have been discussing since day one. So yoga is the union of individual soul with the universal soul. Okay, Atma with Paramatma. So this is the general meaning of yoga. Now the topic is yoga in Upanishad. So we need to know the meaning of Upanishad also, right? So Upa means by, nearby. We say nearby like that. Upa means by, and Nishad means, see, Nishad, sitting down, where near. See, very clearly the word speaks for itself. Okay. Upa means by, Nishad means sitting down, near. Sitting down means he's already says, it understood that Guru will sit up and the disciple, whoever wants to clear their doubts, okay, who has come for a journey of self-realization, they will sit down and near that Guru, and with full, see, always in the Bhagavad Gita, the cover picture, you will see, that Krishna is standing, Lord Krishna, and Arjuna is looking up like this. Okay? So can we call Gita also one Upanishad? Yes. Right. So Upanishad means, in short, the discussion, or you can say conversation, dialogue between a guru, and this in a simple English language I'm saying, between a guru and a disciple. That knowledge which you get out of it, that is called as Upanishad, spiritual knowledge which you get. Yeah. So this is the meaning of Upanishad. Okay. Now let's start with Aitariya Upanishad. Okay, let's start with Aitariya Upanishad. This is Aitariya. Okay. So it comes under which Veda? Rig Veda. Aitariya is a part of Rig Veda. Okay, so let's go to that. So it is a part of Rig Veda. It has in all 3 chapters and 33 verses. Okay, now it talks about like how in every philosophy has realities, right? So like that, this Upanishad also talks about realities, the 2 realities as Atman and Brahman. Okay, see, all the Upanishads will be revolving around Atman and Brahman. Okay, only the way you say it will be different. The way you present it will be different. Okay, Atman and Brahman. Now, according to this Upanishad, okay, now this Jagat means this world, is the creation of Atman. Okay, it is, that is what it says. Okay, this Atman, why it is Jagat is the creation of Atman? Because that Atman is supposedly said to be in bondage. So that's why that this says Jagat is a creation of Atman. And what about consciousness? What about our consciousness? Consciousness is the essence of Atman. Now, what can you say like this? Consciousness is the essence of Atman. Okay, this Atman is one small part of the Brahman which has come out, and when that Brahman is full of consciousness, this Atman is one small part of Brahman, so that is also consciousness only. So consciousness is the essence of Atman. Okay. Now, in among the 10 principal Upanishads, some of the Upanishads have something called as Mahavakya. That Mahavakya talks a lot about that Upanishads. Okay. Ultimately, why you learn Upanishad? Because you want to get that not only self-realization, but you want to achieve that state of yoga. That is why you are learning the knowledge of the Upanishad. So here the Mahavakya for this Aitariya Upanishad is, you can say it is Pragyanam Brahma. Okay, Pragya matlab wisdom. This wisdom is that Brahma. Okay, the wisdom is of what? When you realize that this consciousness is the essence of Atman, and Atman is one small part of the Brahman. Right? So that is the wisdom which you have realized. So that means it is Brahman is made of that full consciousness, that full wisdom. Just like you can say, you take a pot. Okay, you take a pot. Okay. Now you take that pot into the ocean and you keep that pot below only the ocean. You will realize that that pot is full of water and there is water everywhere. Okay, now do you mean to say that water inside the pot is different from the water outside? You cannot say that, right? Then it is the same water. Doesn't matter if you fill the water, if you take it aside, then also the water inside is the same as the water outside in the ocean. So what is the principle here? That's droplet of water. That is the essence of the pot and of the ocean, that waterness. So since the waterness of the water inside the pot and ocean is the same, similarly here you can say that since the consciousness is the essence of Atman, it is the same. And that is the wisdom which we are supposed to realize. Okay, now here in Aitariya Upanishad, in simple terms, yoga is the union of Atman and Brahman. Okay, okay. Now here in this Upanishad, importance is given to prana. Okay, prana means life force. So in Adi Shankara's what do you call Bhashya, you will find this meaning. Prana is life force. That is only the true Brahman. Correct? Why it is a true Brahman? We have already spoken about this consciousness. Right? This concept of prana, life force, came because of consciousness. And what is consciousness? Again, it is in the Brahman. So that is why you can say that. So in Aitariya Upanishad, so this is what we have to say about yoga. See, we won't go into too much detail. What is required, only that we can go through. But simple basic concept you should understand. Right? Okay. Now this was yoga in the Aitariya Upanishad. Now, which is the next Yajurveda? Okay. So after Rig Veda, Yajurveda. Okay. Now, Yajurveda, it is divided, you can say. It is the same. One is Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. Okay. Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. Okay. Now, in this Krishna Yajurveda, below Krishna Yajurveda, you have two Upanishads, Kata and Taittiriya. Kata and Taittiriya Upanishad. It comes under Krishna Yajurveda. Okay. So let's go to what is Kata Upanishad. Okay. Okay. Now this Kata Upanishad, as I said, it's a part of Krishna Yajurveda. It is divided into two adhyayas, and that is divided again into three vallis. Okay, vallis, you can say they are subdivisions. Adhyayas are division, and these vallis are subdivision. Okay, you can see. Now, this Kata Upanishad is a dialogue. As I said, Upanishad, you know the meaning of Upanishad, and that Upanishad means sitting near Guru. So it is a dialogue between a Guru and a Shishya. Mostly it is like that, every Upanishad. So here also it is a dialogue between Lord Yama and Nachiketa. Okay, Lord Yama, you know, everyone knows, is a lord of death. Okay, and Nachiketa is a small kid, small boy. You can say around 7-8 years old. You can say his father was a big king, big Raja that time. So what is Nachiketa? He observes his father while doing rituals, while doing everything. He observes his father. Okay? So he does all yajna and everything he does, big yajna. But when it comes to giving dana or charity, what he used to do? Whatever things he doesn't want, that he used to give as charity. Okay, so one day this boy was observing and he got a little angry. What is this Father, you're giving. What we don't want, that you're giving. So what that cow which doesn't give milk at all, what use will that cow be to that Brahmin whom you are giving? Yeah? So he gets very angry when his mistakes are pointed out. He gets angry. So he asks, just bato bato mein he asks, huh? You gave this to that Brahman, you gave this to this Brahman, huh? To whom will you donate me? Like, मुझे दान किसको दान दोगे मुझे? Who will you donate me? So out of anger he says, I will give you to Yama. Like he says, just out of anger he says it. Then okay, he said okay, and I will go in search of Yama. So he goes. That little boy goes in search of Yama. He reaches that place and he waits there. He waits, and then Lord Yama, he wonders, Ari, what do I do with this boy? He knows that he's going to ask. So he asks question. What is desire? What is this death? Why people are like this? Why people die? Why people are so? All that questions he asks. Then because first he insists, my father has donated me to you, so I will stay here. Then he asks, what you want? You tell me. I'll give you, and then will you leave? He says yes. Then he says, then all these questions, answers, I want answers to these questions. And then he says, you forgive my father. He has been like this. You just change my father. Then he forgives his father also. Then he goes back to his kingdom. So it was basically a dialogue between Lord Yama and Nachiketa. Now, this was one of the oldest and earliest Upanishads. Okay, where the yoga word has appeared. Now, according to this Upanishad, see, Lord Yama, he was explaining to him, right? So he says that you have seen how they show the picture of Yama as very bhayanak, with two horns, and he comes on a bull. So he himself says that you should not fear anything in life. He's saying, why should you fear? Don't fear anything. You should not even fear your own death. Of course, it's all easier said than done. Even great learned people, they're also scared of death. It's easy to speak and discuss, but everybody is scared of death. So that's why we have to learn yoga. It's mentioned here, so we have to learn yoga. So he says that Lord Yama says that you should not fear anything, even death. Don't fear. Why you should not fear death? Because the Atman is the real thing. Okay, this Atman, it is neither born nor it dies, because it is appearing to be in bondage. It is taking birth again and again in different bodies. Yeah, so the Atman is never born nor it dies. I think it is given clearly in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. So every time it's easy if you relate, because that is a summary of all Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita. So you can relate, and if you study, it will be easy. Okay, so he says, never fear death. Then he says that, he also goes to say that Atman does not originate from anything or anybody, or nor that Atman can become anything, because this Atman is eternal. As I said, it appears to be in bondage, and to experience the karma, or to experience the fruit of the karma, you need body, senses. Indriya, शरीर के बिना हम कोई experience नहीं कर सकते हैं. We cannot experience anything. So since that appears to be in bondage, since it wants to experience, so it will keep taking. Like you have the 3 types of sharir, right? One is thula, second one is sukshma, the third one is karana. So in that Karana Sharir, which is a blueprint of all this karma. It carries the full blueprint of the karma. Then accordingly, it will decide that next which womb to enter, which mother's womb to enter. It will be decided on the basis. Okay, so that is why you should not fear the death. Is stressing on that particular point. So this Atman can neither be created nor be destroyed. Again, I will go back every time. I'll use Bhagavad Gita as the base. Okay, it is clearly written over there. Lord Krishna says, Atman can never be created, never be destroyed, can never be burnt with fire, it cannot be touched. Okay, it cannot become wet with water. Everything is given there. Okay, so and here more of yama niyamas are mentioned instead of practices and all, yoga practices, and here it is said that you practice your yama niyamas properly. If you practice your yama niyamas properly, he says, the Upanishad says, you can directly go to Om. You can Om can be used as an object of meditation, provided you practice your yama and niyamas thoroughly and properly. Okay, so this is what Kata Upanishad talks about yoga. Okay, so more of yama niyama. So now the next one, again it's a Krishna Yajurveda. Okay, yoga in Taittiriya Upanishad. Again, you saw in the diagram chart, it is a part of Krishna Yajurveda. Okay, it belongs to Krishna Yajurveda. And here also it gives importance to yama niyama. See, so now you came to know how Patanjali did Yoga Sutras, how he wrote. That is why we say, yeah, every time I stress on the word compiled. He has compiled Yoga Sutras. He has compiled. So he has taken all the knowledge from this Vedas, Upanishads, and then he has compiled. Okay. So that is why we call him as a compiler rather than an author. And that was also not an easy thing to do, though. At that time, at such a young age, of course, he was is believed to be an avatar of Adi Sheshana. Okay, so he was sent for a purpose. He finished that purpose and immediately he left. So yeah, so it is importance is given to yama niyama to obtain Brahma Jnana. Here they says that this Brahma Jnana is the ultimate knowledge. Okay, Brahma Jnana. Okay, now this again is divided into 3 vallis. Okay, this Krishna Yajurveda is divided into 3 vallis. And the names of those vallis are Shikshavalli, Brahmanandavalli, and Bhriguvalli. Okay, Shikshavalli, Brahmanandavalli, and Bhriguvalli. Okay, now we'll say in short. Okay, Shikshavalli. What does it contain? The Shikshavalli contains our famous Shanti mantra, which we use as prayer. Okay, it has many things. We are just talking about important things which are related to our yoga. Okay, that famous prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Okay, so this Shanti mantra has come from this Shikshavalli of Taittiriya Upanishad. Okay, And it also specifies that why we say 3 times Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Okay, it is specified. Why it says 3 times Shanti, Shanti? It is to get rid of, to get rid of all those obstacles. I'll not say kleshas, you can say obstacles. Okay, all those obstacles which come, miseries, pain.
Miseries.
Yeah, miseries and pain, yes. Which come from the 3 sources. And those 3 sources are Adhyatmik, Adidaivik, and Adibodh. Okay, since those who are already teachers, you all may be knowing, but still I have to, Shijit is new, so I have to explain. Okay, Adhyatmik, Adidevik, Adibhautik. So these are the 3 main causes of pain and misery in this world. Now let us start from Adibhautik. Okay, yeah, Shijit, please pay attention. Huh? Adibhautik. Okay. Now what is this Bhautik? Bhautik means this material world, that is bhautik. So the pain, miseries which you get from this material world, that is known as adibhautik. For example, you can take the latest corona issue which happened 2 years, that pandemic which happened. Okay, after all, it is a virus, and that too it is a man-made virus. So bhautik means any pain, any misery which is caused by the outside world. Outside world as in this material world. Okay? So that is can be considered as Adi Bhautik. The pain and misery which is caused to us due to this material world, the world where we are living. Okay, that is Adi Bhautik. Okay. Or say you get an infection, not you, anybody gets an infection. That some bacteria, some virus will be the cause, right? Okay. Adi Bhautik. Or you can say a snake bite. That is Adi Bhautik. It's some creature from this world. Okay, now let's come to Adi Daivik. Okay, now what is this Adi Daivik misery? Daiva. Shijit, you must have heard of Daivam, no? Daivam. You have heard, right? Yeah. So Daivam. So Daivam, they decide the fate of the people. Okay. Why? Because we have chosen this particular mother's garbha. Garbha means, yes, getting into the uterus of your mom, your mother. Okay.
Womb of the mother.
Womb of, yes, thank you. Womb of the mother. Okay, that we have decided. That is because of our karma. So the fate who will decide? So the one who is allotting this mother, oh, you are this karma, so you have to take this mother's garbha. You have to take, oh, this mother's garbha, depending on our karmas. Okay, so that is decided by the Daiva. And I don't, Shijit, you are aware of the horoscope and all? You are aware? Horoscope? You are aware? You are aware, right? Yes. So each one of us, you see the horoscope, it will be different. Someone Mangal will be strong. Someone say Shani will be strong. In some Shukra will be strong. Right? Yeah. What is that? That is Daiva, fate. That fate is decided because of our previous karma. Correct? Yeah. So that is, you can call it as Adi Daivik. Okay? The last one is Adhyatmik. Now, what is this Adhyatmik? In this Adhyatmik, what happens? Now, because of that Aditya, we have been allotted. You go into this mother, you go into that mother, right? Okay. So we are brought up by those parents, okay, which we have been allotted, right? Now, while growing up, what already I talked about 3 sharir, correct? Sthula, Sukshma, and Karana sharir. That Karana sharir is a blueprint that takes the Sukshma sharir also along, that Karana sharir, because it has to prepare that blueprint for the next one. So what is happening here, according to that blueprint, it has already happened, right? So now, so all those karmas, those vrittis are already stored in that Sukshma sharir. So along with the Sukshma sharir, you are entering into the. So now when you come out, those vrittis are already there in that Sukshma sharir, right? So how will you behave? What is your behavior? Some people, even after they grew up, they get scared of dark. Nini, that's too dark. I get scared. Yeah, this dark place, I would not be. Okay, so how did you, that fear of dark came? It's because it has been stored and it has become an impression there. Can you remove this impression? Yes. Through how? Through yoga. That is why Patanjali there has said Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Can you remove? You can remove this impression. Through yoga, you can remove. So here in the Adhyatmic, sometimes because of those vrittis, because of the thought patterns, we inflict pain upon ourselves. That is why we have to learn yoga. And many times what happens? You have to go to the psychiatrist or psychologist, then they will advise, all that will happen. And this can easily happen through yoga. If we practice, these miseries can be avoided. Okay. Oh no, sorry, removed. It was already there, so you can remove it. Okay. So this was Shiksha Valli. Okay. Now let us talk about Brahmananda Valli. Okay. In Brahmananda Valli, that particular section, okay, it talks about the theory of evolution. Like how you have in Sankhya, no? Theory of evolution, like that here. Some of that knowledge was picked up from here, that's different. But we learned that first and this, no? So I'm comparing like that. Okay, that knowledge was ultimately picked up from here. Okay, so it talks about the theory of evolution, what came first, how it came, that. And most importantly, very importantly, it speaks about Panchakosha. All in the field of yoga, everybody has heard of Panchakosha, that 5 layers. Shijit, our human body has 5 layers. Okay? Yeah. 5 koshas. Okay? First kosha is Annamaya kosha. Second is
Pranamaya.
Yes, very good. Pranamaya. Third is Manomaya. And fourth is Vijnanamaya. And fifth is Anandamaya. Every human, we are covered. We cannot see them though. Of course, you can see the Sthula Sharir. Okay. The remaining you cannot see. But this Taittiriya Upanishad says that we are made of. And this also it says that first came. Now you all have the knowledge of Sankhya, so you will be able to answer. So what it says, how first came the Tanmatras. So it talks about Panchakoshas, right? Yeah. So first came the Tanmatras. Now what are the Tanmatras? The 5 Tanmatras. Shabda.
Shravana.
Shabda, Sparsha,
Rasa,
Gandha. Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Okay, that means Shiti, 5 things are the power to hear. The power. I'm not talking about this ear. Okay. Before hearing, first the power to hear came. The Shakti through which we can hear. I know you're finding it difficult to comprehend, but little okay, you can manage, no? Power to hear, then power to feel, skin, power to feel, power to see, okay? Then power to taste, and then came the power of smell, okay? So all these powers came first. That is the there is a technical term for that. It's called tanmatra. So don't worry about tanmatra. You just think about these 5 things. Okay. Okay. Now all these powers came first. Okay. Now, as and when the first Shabda came, so along with that, the ear came. Okay. Along with that, the ear came. I'm sorry, that Mahabhuta I left. Directly I went here. Okay. Akash. Okay. So first the power to hear, then the Akash, and after Akash came
Agni,
yeah.
fire.
Yeah. This came ear.
Vayu.
Then came Vayu. Vayu means what? Air.
Air.
Air you cannot see, but you can feel, right? Right, Shijit? You can feel? Yeah. So air, Vayu. So along with Vayu came Sparsha, the power to touch. And then Sparsha came. Sparsha, Vayu, and then skin. The skin was formed. Okay. Now after this, what happened?
Touch. Upa, Agni.
Agni. Next came the power to see. And Agni, fire. Okay. Power to see and fire element. We have 5 elements. Okay. They are called Mahabhuta. Okay. So they came together. First came the power to see, and then came the Agni, and then these eyes were formed. Okay. Shijit, just imagine a person has 2 eyes, but he is blind. Can he see? See, blind people cannot see, right? Yeah. So that's why. Here, that means that particular tanmatra was missing.
Ability to...
Ability, yes, to see. Ability to see. That was missing. Right? Yeah. So now after this Agni came water, Jala. Jala means water. Okay. Now this Jala along with the power to taste. First came the power to taste. Along with the power to taste came the Jal, water. And then it was given this mouth. I mean tongue to taste. Not mouth. It's a mouth becomes an organ of action. No? So this becomes. Okay. Then the last thing came the power to smell. Okay. Now, if you have the power to smell, but if you don't have nose, is it of any use? No, no. So first the power to smell came, then the nose was formed. Yeah. Okay. Now, along with this, it's what do you call the Karmendriya also got formed. Okay. Along with it, the respective Karmendriya also was. Okay. So like this, was mentioned here. So 5 koshas. So stula, Annamaya kosha. Annamaya kosha is this physical body which you can see. Annamaya kosha. Okay. Next is Pranamaya kosha. Prana, life force. So almost every Upanishad, yoga related Upanishads they talk about the word prana. Prana means life force. Once you have that life force, then only the life will come into it. No? Say, for example, when that prana that is entering inside the, not prana, you can say that Atman. That Atman is entering inside the Garbha, that is womb of the mother. It is entering inside. Correct? Yeah. Now, how can it enter inside without the prana? The life force has to be there. Na? That life force is shared by the mother as soon as it enters inside. Right? So this talks about, so the Brahmananda Vali, okay, Pranamaya, then Manomaya. Manomaya is the third layer. Okay? Third layer. And fourth layer is the Vijnanamaya. That is intellectual. So, from therapy point of view, you have to be overall developed in all these 5 layers. Intellectual. The last one is Anandamaya. You have to be in total bliss within yourself. So that will be discussed in the therapy part, how to combine all these 5 layers and okay, that will be discussed in the therapy. Okay, here importance is given to the cosmic prana, as I said, no? Prana. Now, it also, yeah, Sahana Bhavatu we have already mentioned. And finally, in the last Valli, it talks about the oneness with Brahman. And that can be gained only through meditation. But before that, all this Panchakosha thing you have to go through. You have to keep yourself clean from inside. And then only you can jump to meditation. Okay? So this was yoga in, this is actually more related to yoga because we have all these Panchakoshas and this and that. No? So all that is there. So it's more relatable. This Taittiriya Upanishad is more relatable. Okay? Yeah. Now, yoga in Isha Upanishad. Isha. All of you might have heard the Isha. Thanks to Sadhguru. Isha engineering, inner engineering, Isha yoga. Okay. Actually, that Isha has been taken from this Upanishads. Okay. Isha Upanishad. Now, it belongs to Shukla Yajurveda. I've already shown you that chart. It belongs to Shukla Yajurveda. Now, this Upanishad has 18 mantras. Okay. Now, it begins by saying, again, this famous prayer, if you're already a yoga teacher, everybody will know. Okay. Om for Shijit, I will say. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. See, this talks about Om. Okay. Om. Purna. Purna means it is complete. Okay. How it is complete? Purnamada Purnamidam. It is inside also complete and outside there. That is also complete. Okay. Purnat Purna Mudachyate. It is a whole in itself. Okay. Purnasya Purna Madaya. Suppose it is already whole. Okay. Whole means it is infinite. Okay. Now, if I take just one small thing from that infinite, will it matter? Then also it will be whole. Acha. Now I say that it is already whole. Now I'm adding something to it. Is it going to make any difference? No. So Om is like that. Okay, Om is the first word, syllable or word, you can say, of this universe. Shabda. First Shabda of this universe is Om. And everything in this universe has come out of Om, and it has been beautifully described. Om has been beautiful. And Shanti, 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 already last time, this thing I have already told you. So, yeah. Okay. Now here, they have given importance to two things. Jnana and karma. Okay, jnana and karma. So here what is known as jnana, of course, most of them will be in, you will be able to relate through Bhagavad Gita, jnana nishtha. Now what is this jnana nishtha? It says that knowledge destroys ignorance. Why this ignorance is the ignorance is this avidya, no? 2 minutes. Knowledge destroys ignorance. Okay, ignorance is avidya. Okay, and this avidya is the cause of your next birth. That every philosophy says the same thing. Okay, avidya means ignorance. Ignorance is what? Ignorance is this life is everything, this body is everything. If you think like that, that is ignorance. So I will take care of only my body. Even today people are doing, most of us. I will take care of only my body. Okay. So that will not do here. Okay. You have to obtain Brahma Gyan in order to destroy the ignorance, avidya. Okay. Now what will you do for that? To come out of this, you have to also perform Nishta Karma. Okay. Now to obtain this Brahma Jnana, you have to perform Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma, again it is a concept of Bhagavad Gita. In Karma Yoga it has come. Nishkama Karma means, instead of explaining, I will just tell you Swami Vivekananda. So you will understand what is Nishkama Karma. I don't even have to explain. Okay, Shijit, you have heard of Swami Vivekananda, no? Yeah. If I just tell you the word Swami Vivekananda, everybody will understand what is Nishkama Karma. Nishkama Karma means you are not expecting anything in return. You are doing that karma just for the sake of humanity. Just for humanity purpose you are doing. Okay? So classical example is Swami Vivekananda. Everybody can relate to that example. Okay? Now, when Brahma Jnana is attained, ignorance is destroyed. That is, avidya is destroyed. Once avidya is destroyed, then where is the cause of doing karma? Cause of doing karma does not arise at all. Okay? If there is no cause, then where is that object? That object is not there only. The object of desire. That is also destroyed. So this way you can attain moksha. Okay? Through jnana and karma. Okay? So here they have given a lot of importance to Om, jnana and karma. Okay? So that was about Isha Upanishad. There are still, I think we did 4 or something. The remaining we can do it on, say, either tomorrow or Wednesday. I think tomorrow some other teacher will come, and then Wednesday or whatever, Menon Sir says, whatever is it.